The 1v1 interview series is a production of the Boss Rush network of podcasts. Visit bossrush.net to listen to our podcast and read our articles, game reviews, and more. You can also follow us on Twitter at Boss Rush Network to stay up to date with our content. Thank you for listening.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to 1v1 with Boss Rush Network. I'm your host, Celeste Roberts. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing Amillieo, creator of the YouTube channel, The Dungeon with Amillieo. How are you doing this evening?
Well, I'm good this evening. I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Celeste, for having me. I appreciate you inviting me to share my love and my passion for game collecting and my retro stuff, and I'm just happy to be here.
Oh, I really appreciate you making time. It's a Sunday evening, and I think this is a good way to start off the week, don't you? Talking
Yes,
about
it is.
you, talking about video games, talking about fun stuff.
Yes.
So I first heard about Amillieo because of our mutual friend Kyle Von Kubik. I interviewed Kyle a while back. Kyle has a few different podcasts, and he was actually on Amilio's show, I think just once, or has he been on twice?
I'm trying to get him back again. That's Diddy Von Q. We call him Diddy Von Q because he's the man. But I'm trying to get him back to do another episode with the Atari XE. But we're trying to, he's very busy. I'm trying to work around the schedule, but we're going to get it done. But yeah, he's been on it one time. We talked about the Vetrix, and it was a good episode.
That was a lot of fun. And I love the way your videos are edited, because as you're talking, there'll be these little character sprites that'll pop up with different facts related to what you're talking about.
Yes. To touch on that real quick, Diddy Von Q, he introduced me to Chris, my editor, which his name is Nickabaum, and he the one that he joined us together, and we just create magic, man. Me and him, we on the same page. I tell him what I want. If he get it wrong, I'll tell him no, do it this way, that way, and sometimes he just get it right off the rip. It's a beautiful relationship, man. So shout out to Diddy Von Q, shout out to Nickabaum, my editor, the Dungeon Nation. I love it. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. The content is good. I love it, man.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Amillieo? Maybe you could talk about your location if you'd like, your hobbies, your passions, whatever you want to share.
Well, I'm from Brooklyn, but the location right now is in Queens. I'm in the process of moving. It's going to be a lot of hell moving all this stuff, but it is what it is. But right now I'm in Queens. I do the dungeon in Queens. I'm a collector. I'm a game collector. I've been playing games since I was younger. I love games. I have a passion for video games. Me and Diddy Von Q share the same background, as in we grew up poor, so we didn't really have the Super Nintendo or the Nintendo when it came out. We had the Atari. We had like the older stuff. We was Johnny Come Latelys with it. So, I just always had to play my friend games and the Nintendos and they Super Nintendos and everything like that. So I love collecting games. I love collecting retro stuff. I mean, it's just an amazing, I just love doing it. It's not cheap now because it's really expensive because everybody's hip to it now, because you can't just go to the flea market anymore. You can't go to the garage sale without somebody challenging you like, oh yeah, I want $100 for this. Before it would have been $5 or $2. Like, you know what? You could just take it. So, but yeah, I'm a game collector. I love collecting. It's borderline of hoardism because sometimes you get a lot of stuff and it's like, okay, I got 4 Sega Genesis Nomads. I don't need a 5th one, so it's kind of crazy. So you got to know when to say no, and you need to get apps in order to really do this hobby that I'm doing, because if you don't have an app, you may buy stuff twice or 3 times, so you may have Sonic versus Mario versus Sonic 3 times. You got to know what you have, what you don't have.
That sounds like a full-time job in itself.
It is.
Oh,
but it's
my
fun.
Gosh.
But it's fun.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I think that sounds more exciting than what I do for a living.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to start collecting? Did you just think, I'd really like to have a room with everything I love?
Well, when I was younger, like I said, I couldn't afford these things or whatever like that. When I used to go to before there was like a GameStop, which was called Funko Land. How old are you? Do you remember Funko Land?
I'm 33, and the GameStop.
Oh, you're young. You're young. You don't know about Funko Land. Funko Land was called GameStop. Okay.
We had Babbage's before GameStop.
We had the little mom and pop spots in the corner, like the Asian spots where they had like the video games. You'd go there and everything like that. So when I was going to those stores, this would be like the TVs or the video games all displayed on everything. I just was fascinated by it. I loved it. And I just wanted to mimic that. So that's why, like you see in my show, I have it set up where you see a lot of TVs and games playing in the background because I just love seeing different systems and games being played. I just love it. It's like an awesome thing to me. So, I mean, I just started collecting as a young age, not being able to have it and always had to watch my friends play and stuff like that. And then, being able to buy my own. So I've been collecting since, I was a teenager. So, yeah. So I've been collecting at a young age.
What is one of your fondest memories of video games growing up?
Fondest memory. What I do hate about it when they used to have a game launch and you had to wait outside for hours and sometimes even a day before this to get the system and stuff like that. I really used to hate that. Mm-hmm. But one of my fondest memories, oh my goodness, I want to say when the PlayStation 2 came out. That was like very groundbreaking. It was awesome. The PlayStation 2 was like it just changed the game with the DVD compatibility and everything like that. It was just awesome. I love it. That was one of our fondest moments when the PlayStation 2 came out.
Did you wait in line for one?
No. No.
I was gonna say, how dedicated were you?
I was dedicated, but I haven't waited for the PlayStation 2, no. But I did get one, and I was fortunate to get one. But that was when the PlayStation 2 came out. That was amazing. It was crazy. It was the next best thing. When it had all the we had all the CD consoles that messed up, from the Sega CD to the 3DO to the CDI to the Sega Saturn, and then when the PlayStation 2 came out, and it just changed the whole thing. It was just amazing. So when the PlayStation 2 came out, that was very, that was an awesome moment.
I remember there were news segments about it. The newscasters were interviewing people waiting in line or who had just scored their PlayStation 2. It was a cultural moment, a big defining moment.
Yes, it was. It was awesome. And I was a part of it. I like to I like to say that I was a part of it. What was that, like 2001 or 2000 it came out?
2000 or 2001.
Yes.
So I grew up with Nintendo systems. My dad plays video games and my two younger sisters play games. So it was like, okay, we have to all agree on one console that we're all going to share because we're not buying, you get one, you get one, you get one. There's no way. That's too expensive. Yeah. So I equate it with GameCube, which was its competition at the time, I believe.
Yes. And that was also an awesome moment as well. To get a GameCube was hard to get it as well. And it came out with Pikmin. Pikmin was one of the games that came out with it, which is an amazing game. And what else was that? I think it was the Luigi game.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion. Yeah.
I remember. I actually waited online for that. I did wait online for Toys R Us for that. Yes, I did. And I got me a GameCube. And that was an amazing system as well. Yep.
I remember that's when I kind of started seeing the console wars, so to speak, because I remember there'd be some people in high school, not towards me as much, but mostly guys to each other. Oh, you have a GameCube? Well, I have a PlayStation 2 or Xbox or whatever it was.
Well, the GameCube didn't play DVDs. So when Sony did the whole DVD thing, that's what knocked it out the box for it, So when GameCube caught on later and they came out with the Panasonic one, it was just too late. Sony already done killed the market, and it was just amazing. But GameCube is one of the best, like most underrated systems ever. It's really dope. I love the GameCube. Very good system. But the game war started way before the GameCube and the PlayStation 2. I mean, this will let you know, so they was going at it back then. So, and
Sega and Nintendo, right? That was the big one.
Yes. Genesis, what is it? Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Or whatever. That was the slogan. Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of them, even with 3DO, where they say, they stop playing with these kiddie toys and play with real man toys, and 3DO was all the video motion games and stuff like that. So there's a lot of game wars back then, console wars back then, and I was a part of it. I grew up watching this stuff, and you thought the 3DO was the next best thing, and you thought the Sega Saturn was the next best thing, but they missed the mark. But PlayStation, the first PlayStation got it, the PlayStation 2 perfected it. It was just amazing, Then the Xbox came out and all that stuff. So so that's pretty much it.
So as of today, if you had to pick one console out of the history of consoles, all the consoles available to you right now, which one is your favorite and why?
I want to say my favorite console is a Dreamcast. I love the Dreamcast. I think that I have a lot of very good memories with the Dreamcast. That's my favorite console that I have of all time. My favorite. But if I had to pick one, it would be the PS2 because it got so many games on it, and they got God of War's on it on there. I mean, it got so many good games on the PS2. But my favorite system is the Dreamcast. I can't just keep playing NBA 2K, NFL 2K, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I mean, those are cool games, but sometimes I need to be challenged. So, but that's why it's like a two answer question. So my favorite system is the Dreamcast, but I will rather pick the PlayStation 2 so I can be busy and occupied.
Awesome. So do you have a lot of time to play games as much as you did growing up?
No,
No,
absolutely not.
Me either.
Absolutely not. I have so much games and so stuff. I mean, yeah, I don't play as much as I like to. Even like the last game I completed was the Spider-Man game for the PlayStation 4. That's the last game that I just straight completed. Even this Miles game back here, I never could finish it. I didn't finish it. It feels like the same game as in Spider-Man, PlayStation 4, but it's different. But I haven't completed it. So I do play games though. I like to play my Samurai Showdowns. I like to play my Neo Geo, stuff like that. But I don't play games where I got to dedicate a lot of time into because I don't have time to really do it as much. I want to have it one day so I could just sit back and just, play a game, but I'm going to save that for Ragnarok. Ragnarok come out in a couple, I think next month. God of War Ragnarok. So yeah, that'll probably be the next game I'll finish. But other games, I don't have time to play as much as I like to.
Is God of War your favorite series?
One of my favorites. God of War is very, very. I love God of War. When God of War 4 came out, was it 4? The one with the sun? Is that 4?
I think so.
Well, that was the one that really. I slept on it. So when I played it, I didn't like it. I saw they messed up the whole, God of War series. I'm not playing it or whatever like that. So one day I just gave it a try, and that game is so well put together. It's like one of the best games ever. So I'm glad I picked it back up and played it because God of War is one of my favorite series. But you have Uncharted, you have like there's other stuff that's out there as well. So God of War is one of my. It's not the number one, but it's up there. It's up there.
It sounds like you like adventure games with a good story.
Love it. I like a well-written, well-played game. I love it a lot. Absolutely.
I love that. I love The Legend of Zelda. That would be my favorite series, and it's hard to keep up with the lore.
Yes, you have to. What's the last Zelda? Did you complete any Zeldas?
Oh yeah. The last one I finished was Breath of the Wild.
Oh, so you did? Okay, yeah. I got into it. I got the horse. I got some good armor. I just couldn't keep doing it. It took a lot of time. It takes a lot of dedication, and I'm like, yo, did I eat today? It was just crazy. One of my favorite games of all time that I will love to this day, though, it was just, you know what? And this is the answer I should have gave. Final Fantasy, the Phantasy Star Online on the Dreamcast. That was the most amazing experience. I never played a game online before. That's the first game I played online. It was with the dial. It was with the broadband. It was like the dial-up or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. I spent hours playing that game. That's one of my favorite games ever, the one on the Dreamcast. That game was amazing. It was amazing. I loved that game. That was the first time that I really spent hours and hours of playing a game where I look up and it's at night already, and I played a game for 8 hours. So that game right there, that's an amazing game. I love that game.
Now, is that series still going on, or it kind of stopped?
They say that you could go online and just like they got like people that are fans of the game. You could go into servers and stuff like that, but I don't have time for that. I just like the memories of having it because I remember like it was just amazing to me. Me being in my house and I'm telling my friend, yo, get online and play this game. And he's not even a RPG person, but he played it for me and we just loved the game. It was a very, very awesome experience. I never experienced nothing like that before. So yeah, that's one of my favorite. That's like a memorable experience I had with gaming. Yep.
I love hearing people's stories like that because there are some games I've played that I can remember where I was. I can remember what was going on in my life. It was very
Yes.
significant.
In that game, I'll tell you, I forgot. I had to think to say, yo, did I eat today? Like, did I even use the bath? It was just, I'll be on that screen all day. Love that game.
Gosh. I've never played an online game like that before. Do you still keep up with online games? I'm assuming not, since you said you don't have time.
The last game I played was Warframe, really online like that. Other than playing sports game, playing a quick game of 2K or something with my friends from Philly. But yeah, Warframe. I played that with one of my guests, Ralph Lewis. I played that game, but it's too much. You gotta like check on the dog to make sure your dog is alive and feed them, and then it was just too much. It was like a chore. It's like I can't. I got stuff I gotta do in real life. I can't be worrying about if my dog is alive or not. So it was one of those free online games you could play on the Xbox or whatever, and we used to play that all the time. So that's the last game I really dedicated to myself to. Besides, Grand Theft Auto Online. That was another game that I got stuck into the game, and I'll be acting like the heist I'm doing is real money. You know what I'm saying? Getting money over here, getting money over there, buying houses and cars. That was also fun, but I don't get stuck into that no more because you really waste a lot of time, with that stuff.
Gosh. I used to play The Sims a lot. Did you ever play The Sims?
No, but I've seen people play it before. Yes. It's like you're being God in the game. It's like you're watching over these people and you controlling stuff and stuff like that. I get it, but that just wasn't me. I wasn't a Sims person.
You know what's funny? I mean, there are men and guys who play it, but I find it's mostly girls and women who enjoy that kind of game. And I'm always curious why. I'm always interested to know, well, what makes this appeal more to women? Which, of course, you could say, oh, well, mostly guys play Call of Duty. Well, I know a lot of women play Call of Duty as well, but I guess like the psychology behind, okay, who's our target demographic? And if other people jump on, well, that's just a bonus for us. I always wonder that thought process.
Yes. Yeah, but those are good games. I love online gaming. Also, I forgot PUBG was also a game that I played a lot. I had to stop playing that because it was taking a lot of my time or whatever. But yeah, those are good games. Online game is awesome. Like I said, we know Diddy Von Cube through online gaming, through Gears of War. I spoke it before on the channel before. We talked about how we met somebody that knew Diddy Von Cube and we met him through that. So online gaming, you like, it's like this is the online experience. You gain friendships, people you don't know, but you speak to them all the time. So it's like the person and you finally meet them. It's like it's an amazing experience. Online is dope. I like online.
I know it's really incredible how the internet has connected so many people I probably never would have met otherwise.
Yes, absolutely.
And do you get a chance to meet a lot of people you've connected with online?
Yes, I met like I said, Diddy Von Cube. Charlie Rock was a guest on my show. I met him online. I never met him before. The first time he came on the channel, the first time I met him, but I've known him since 2009 or 8 or something like that. But that was the first time we met. But we talked and we vibed like we knew each other for years, which we did, but we never met in person. Yeah, I met a lot of people online and we had good relationships.
That's incredible.
Isn't it?
It warms my heart because, people say, oh, people are mean on the internet, but there's so much good too out there, and I don't know. I try to take the good. I try to put it above the bad. You have to surround yourself with good people too. That's important.
That's true.
So why don't we talk about the idea for your channel? How old is your channel?
I started in January. I think the end of January I started it. And I always said it was a song that me and my friends did because, me and my friends, it's funny, but we used to, rap. We used to be MCs. We love to, create music. So we did a song years ago. I'm going to say early 2000, maybe late 90s. And it was the Punch Out song. So that's the intro of the song. And it's original. We sampled Mike Tyson Punch Out and we rhymed over it. And it was just a classic song. So I always said, if I ever find that song that we did, because a lot of our music got lost, I said, if I find that song that we did, I'm going to do a channel, and I'm going to have Mike Tyson punching out Little Mac and sort of Pisky and Bull Bull and everything like that. So when I found the song, that's when I called Diddy Bar Q. I said, "You still got the editor?" And she told me about the editor, and I spoke to the editor, and I told him what I wanted. I said I wanted the screen, I wanted to show Little Mac get knocked out or whatever, and the rest was history. I love the intro. I had to cut the intro because a lot of people said it was too long, so I shortened it. But I think the intro is perfect for the channel. Perfect.
It amps me up. it gets me excited because I grew up watching my dad play that game, and
Yes.
I would try to play it, as a little kid. I wasn't that good at it, but it just when you hear that boxing ring
Yes.
sound,
Yes.
ding, ding,
Even
ding,
when the game come on, you hear that shh, and it cuts on, and it go ding, 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 ding. It's just amazing. It's so much hidden gems in that game. You got Mario the referee. You got people in the crowd. You got it's just an amazing. That is a classic game. I love that game.
And I love your intro with the static TV, and it cuts out, and then there are clips of you interviewing and talking with different people. So it's very creative. And I also love how in a lot of your videos, you'll split the screen. So we'll see you talking, and then there might be some facts to the right.
Some are called Amillieo facts, some are Nickerbon's facts. It's a difference. A lot of people don't get the jokes and the stuff that we create inside of the content of the video. Sometimes it be too fast, so you got to really read it or maybe go back. So I try to make it so it's on the screen a little bit longer so people can read the little jokes that we have and stuff like that. But yes, we do put the facts up there. Like I said, shout out to Nickerbon. Nickerbon is also a very creative person as well as I am, and we come together and we come up with this good content every other week, man. So yeah.
So is this sorry, go ahead.
I'm saying that's just how we started the channel. So like I said, that song, once I got the song and once Diddy Von Q put me on to Nickerbon, we spoke about it, and then that's how we started.
And had you been wanting to do this for a few years and you just finally bit the bullet?
I did, and I was like, it's time for me to show my collection to the world, because a lot of people, they forget about certain things. Like I had the Alf doll in one of my episodes with Diddy Von Q, stuff like that. I had the Not the Mama from the dinosaurs and stuff like that. I have a lot of other stuff, so I like to share with people or to give people content. They're like, oh, I didn't know that existed. Oh, I remember that game. I remember that system, but I don't really know much about it. I love when people reach out to me and they say, hey, that was a good show. I didn't even know about this. A lot of people reach out to me and send me messages, and I appreciate that.
Because it lets you know that people are watching your hard work, because content creation is not just you snap your fingers and it's there, it's magically on YouTube.
Yes. We take a lot of thought into it. I take a lot of, like I said, a lot of jokes going to it, a lot of, characters and stuff like that. And, I think we're evolving. We're getting better and better, like from when we first started to where we going. So, me and Nickerbon, we on the same page, and we create a good show.
It's very fun. It's very enjoyable. And what inspired the name The Dungeon with Amillieo?
Well, that came from me living with my sister, and they treat me like a dungeon animal, and they used to always give me my food and knock on the door, bang downstairs, which I had all these game systems downstairs and stuff. So they're like, it's time to eat, it's time for dinner, when I was still in college and stuff. So they would bang down and, whatever like that. So I said, I'm living in the dungeon. So it said that I was going to do a game, like do a channel where it's like the dungeon with Amillieo. So when I move into my next place and they'll have it in the basement or attic or whatever, that's going to be the final place of the dungeons. Right now it's 2 parts. Right now, it's like a Moon Base 1 or Moon Base 2. I'm a big Transformer person, so this is like the Moon Base 2. The other place where you see where I'm out do the interviews with guests, that's like the Moon Base 1. Like we just sitting there. There's a lot of games out there as well. But this is like the main. Where I'm at right now, this is like the main. Like you see everything here. Like everything is in here. Every system that you could think of is here. From the Neo Geo to the Atari XE to the PC Engine. Everything is here. And everything is hooked up, ready to play. Hooked up to the retro TVs and everything like that. The them 27-inch TVs that's heavy for no reason because they mad heavy and big, but so that's where I'm at right now.
Okay, because I'm glad you told me that story because I assumed, oh, he must have everything in his basement and that's why it's called the dungeon.
Not right now. Yeah, well, that's that's what it is. But because I was gonna do the channel until I move and go into the dungeon. But right now we're not in the dungeon, so it's the dungeon with the middle. That's just the area. But when I move into my final place, it's going to be official dungeon. So yes.
So how do you plan out your episodes? Do you have a script? Do you plan like months in advance? Do you have a recording schedule? How does all of that work?
Well, I ask everybody, I ask the people who I grew up with or who I know love video games or whatever. And sometimes, I don't know if you saw the episode of my Uncle Jimbo. That was just a hit or miss. I had somebody that canceled on me. My uncle, I said, anything about video games? He said yes, it's because he wanted to be on YouTube. So I said, come on, let's go. So until we got there, and I said we're going to talk about the Atari, because come on, he's from the Atari generation, I would assume. And when I realized in the interview that he knew nothing about video games, I had to do an audible. So I had to really edit it and make it funny and stuff like that, because he clearly knew nothing about video games. But for the most part, it's either somebody I know from playing Xbox Live or somebody that grew up playing video games or friends. So I really screen people, ask them, what do they know about video games and stuff like that. So I work around my guest schedule. Of course, I had to have Diddy Von Cube on it. My first guest was Mince Magic. He's the other person that rhymes on the song with me, and he's also the one for Cold Blooded Killer Killer, the outro song. Then Crystal, which is a fan favorite. People love Crystal. They love watching her views. She get a lot of views, even though she didn't like the last one with the Star Trek. I thought it was a good one.
That was good.
I loved it, but she didn't like that one because she felt that she was, she didn't look right. She was drunk, kind of, whatever. So she didn't really promote that one. But that was a good episode. I think it was a good episode. But then the Avatar one, and then the Voltron, Final Fantasy one, But the funny thing is, my favorite episode, what do you think my favorite episode would be out of all of them?
Okay, can I have a hint? I'm still going to get it wrong, even with the hint.
Probably. It's an RPG episode.
Oh my gosh. See, you're putting me on the spot.
It's okay. My favorite episode is one with Walter from the first floor, the RPG episode. I did one with Crystal, but with Walter. I love the episode. I think it's underrated. How we created, how we edited. We had his ego fighting my ego, and it was taking points. And we'll talk and say certain things.
Oh yeah,
it was awesome. That's one of my favorite episodes. That's one of my favorite episodes with Walter. And Walter, I know him for years. He even said on the channel over 30 years. And I said, wow, you blowing my age up. So I know him for over 30 years.
That's awesome.
That's one of my favorite episodes. But yeah. So, I ask a lot of people that come on the show are people that I know play video games. I played games with them in the past and stuff like that. So that's how I get my content and I speak to people about it.
And sometimes it's just you. Like there was a recent episode where you were talking about the PS Vita, and it's just you. You have your camera on and you're spitting out facts.
Yes. And that's with my Goofy and Mickey Mouse, the Teddy Ruxpin edition ones, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. Yeah, I love those things. Are awesome as well. When I don't have guests and things like that, and a lot of people are busy, I just still want to put out content for the fans, because I got a good solid over maybe more than 150 people that really tune in and they just want to look at the episode. They enjoy it. They send me emails. It's pretty cool. Send me messages, and I'm happy with that.
That has to be so rewarding. Did you expect all of that to happen when you started this YouTube channel?
Not really. Yes and no. I want to promote it more. I want to send it more. I want to start promoting it more and sending things out and giving them cards with the Q code on it so they can scan it and stuff like that. And people could share it and whatever. But like I said, yes and no. Because I know it's good content. I enjoy it. A lot of people who see it enjoy it, and the editing is good, and it's good content. And it brings you back to make you say, oh man, I remember that game. Yeah, that game did suck. Oh, that game was awesome. So some people want to go back, want to start collecting games again, to start this hobby. They know what to get and what games to get and not to get.
Yeah. I think so I enjoy learning about the games and the systems, especially the ones that I didn't play or didn't grow up with. But do you know what my favorite part of your episodes is?
Give me a hint.
The beginning. Well, not it's past the intro, but it's towards the beginning.
Towards the beginning. All right, tell me, what is it?
The toys, I love that. I love that you feature these different toys. Like, I was recently watching the Mickey Mouse and Goofy one, and you were showing off these different costumes. And
Yes.
I like how the two toys talk with each other. Like, it's like a
Yes.
call and response, and they sing the Mickey Mouse Club theme. And I think I don't remember if it was the Star Trek episode, but it was an episode with Crystal. I did not know about the Oreo Barbie doll.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
I was
That
like,
was the Avatar episode.
gosh.
Yes. 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 They got in trouble back then. They didn't realize it. How somebody could be so innocent and putting something out, but not know or be sensitive towards other people's feelings. So that
Yeah.
Barbie doll was discontinued. They took it off the market. But guess who have one? I do. In a box and everything. So yeah, the Oreo Barbie. Yes.
Gosh. And forgive me if this has been answered on one of your videos, but all of the toys you feature, you own them. Do any of your guests bring toys to showcase?
Only Brennan, Professor Brennan, he bought his Voltron. That Voltron wasn't even worthy of getting on my show, but it was okay. He got off. He just went off screen. He went and got his Voltron and started talking about his Voltron. And I was like, this is not even a Voltron episode, Brennan, because that was the episode before with Crystal. Because I asked him a question, what do you think about Crystal and her, her expertise on it. So yeah, he bought his toy one time or whatever. But I have a person, XL, he's going to come on. He's a collector. He's going to bring some of his toys. So we had to cancel a couple of times. So hopefully he come on the show soon and he's going to bring his toys. But I welcome people to bring their stuff. I would love them to talk about the stuff they collect. Absolutely.
Wow. My aunt and uncle, they don't do it as much anymore, but growing up, he's a big Star Trek fan. So, and she would collect limited edition Barbies. So they have a closet in their house where it almost looks like a toy store. You would love it, Amilio. You would
I probably
just
would.
stare.
I probably would. I probably would.
The sad thing is, they're moving. They live in northern Louisiana, and I'm in southern Louisiana, and they want to move back here to be closer to family. And they're like, "Oh, I think we're going to have to sell some of our stuff." What?
Yeah, wow. Wow.
What?
Let them know. Look it up. Make sure they get what they're supposed to get for it because at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff is worth a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
Lineal Barbies and all kind of stuff. Like I only have two Barbies and Chris will try to, come at my head and try to say, what you guys Barbies for? But I do have the Batman Barbie. I do have the Batman Barbie, the Ken Barbie. I love that Barbie. It's pretty dope. It's like the Ben Affleck Barbie dressed in Batman. So.
Gosh, I grew up playing with Barbies. I'm trying to remember what was a big deal with Barbies back then. I don't know if they're as popular anymore. Do you know? Do you keep up with that?
No. I don't think they're as popular as they used to be. No, absolutely not. But like I said, that Oreo Barbie, that is that's hilarious. A lot of people didn't know that they had an Oreo Barbie. So yeah.
So if I'm not able to watch your videos like on my phone or on my TV, like I'll like to listen in while I'm getting ready for work or something. And so I wish you could have seen my face when you announced that Barbie. I almost messed up my makeup. I was so amused. That was so good.
A lot of people didn't know about that. I got a lot of messages for that one.
So what are some of your future plans for your channel? Do you want to go to conventions and promote it, like little like Comic-Con type conventions maybe, and show off your stuff?
I've never been to Comic-Con before, never ever, which is a little funny to some people. But like my sister, they're like, you never been to Comic-Con? I've never been to Comic-Con, but I do go to gaming conventions, mostly local in Long Island. I go to stuff in Connecticut and New Jersey or whatever like that. I just recently started. I got cards made up to promote my channel. I really haven't gone hard at it, but I'm going to start. So like everything is just new. I just wanted to make sure I get the good content. I think we heading in the right direction with the people. Guests, I'd rather do like episodes with guests. I'd rather not do by myself. But if I have to, it's so good. I just tell people, just put an episode out there to inform people about a certain system they may have forgot about, or a certain retro toy they may have forgotten about. I still need to do the Teddy Ruxpin episode. I'm trying to look for somebody that could do the Teddy Ruxpin episode because I got the books and all the cassettes with my Teddy Ruxpin and his Grubby. So I'm looking to do that one hopefully soon.
So did you have that toy, or did you get it after your childhood?
No, after my childhood. None of the majority, only the video games and stuff that I had when I was probably, a teenager and stuff like that. But no, all the stuff that I have here, only some stuff is stuff during my childhood. Probably like 2% of things is stuff from my childhood that I may have. Everything else is stuff that I go to conventions, I trade, I buy, and stuff like that. Or, you may go to like, they got outside flea markets where people are liquidating something they may have bought out of a storage. So they go there and they sell it. That's where you get your best stuff, because then they just trying to make their money back. So you get something for a good price. There's somebody that was a treasure to them and they kept it they never opened it or anything like that. And yet, then it gets in my hands. So yeah.
So what would you say is your best flea market or garage sale find?
Let's see. Oh, man. What would it be? I want to say the Game Gear with the Sonic box and everything from everything was original. The Game Gear, I only paid $40 for it, and it was boxed and had the Sonic 2. It had all the stuff in it. I think it was like $40, maybe $50 or something like that. That was like a good find. I was like, wow, you find this. It's the box was in perfect condition. Had a cardboard inside and everything like that. That's what I can think off the top. I had so much stuff here. Maybe something else that trumps that. But right now off the top, that's the thing that I would say that I found. And I said, wow, that was a good day.
Do you go to a lot of garage sales like every weekend? Is that kind of a weekend hobby?
I used to go to thrift stores every weekend. And it was like a job. And I had to say, you know what? I need to calm down. I need to focus on moving and getting out of here and moving to my, to my place. So that's it. So yeah, but I used to go to flea markets all the time, but flea markets now they're raised their price. They have somebody that works there that look online and see how much the stuff is, and they price it for whatever's on eBay or what it's going for. So that takes the fun out of it. What they haven't got hip to was stuff like I say the other day I got a Samsung Blu-ray 3D player, and I paid $10 for it. But yet this thing was worth $300 when it first came out. So on DVD players and Blu-ray players, they ain't hip to that one yet, because I guess nobody's really, collecting that. But I got me a Samsung 3D player for like this TV, and it works amazing. And I watch 3D movies and Blu-ray movies often. It's amazing. I love my 3D movies as well, like all retro stuff. They don't really. I guess 3D was like a failed thing or whatever like that. But I love my 3D movies.
Oh, with like the glasses and everything?
Yes.
Special effects?
Absolutely. I love it. So I paid $10 for that at a flea market.
That's incredible.
So, yeah. And when it first came out, it was worth $300. It looked so amazing and awesome. But it was a failed, technology, I guess, that they gave up on it. They don't do 3D no more. Everything is 4K now.
Yeah. What would you say is your favorite 3D movie that you've seen?
Well, I'm a big Transformer person, but I hate Michael Bay movies. I think Michael Bay sucks. He messed up my childhood, and the hell with him. I'm a G1 fan forever. The first Transformers, we gave him a pass, but when you had 2, 3, 4, 5, I think they're up to like 6 now, I'm done. But those movies are cool. The special effects are cool with that. Yeah, I would say the special effects in the Transformer movie. But then, you have like the Marvel movies. They have like Guardians of the Galaxy is a 3D movie when you're shooting and this stuff come at you. But the most amazing one it's called Under the Sea or Blue Sea, and they got Jim Carrey as a narrative on it. He's the narrator on it.
Okay.
And the fish and stuff is like in your face, and you see the eels and the colors, and it comes right at you. That's amazing. So that's like my favorite Blu-ray 3D movie to watch right now.
I remember growing up for field trips, they would take us to the IMAX.
Yeah, this is IMAX. It's 3D IMAX. You got to have the high def cord. the 3D player, the Blu-ray player, and a 3D TV, and I have all three of those, and it's amazing. And the sound is amazing. It's amazing.
It's incredible that people figured out a way to do that too.
Like, what do you mean?
Just to make things 3D, just the science behind it, just how you can
But
manipulate
remember,
things.
you gotta have like your glasses. Like, let me see, I got some 3D glasses right here. I have like a bunch of 3D glasses, and I get those with thrift stores as well. Now the Sony ones don't work anymore because something's wrong with like the Sony. Is a Sony 3D TV and whatever like that. These are Samsung 3D glasses, so these are pretty dope. And you press the button on top of here on the top. And you press the button, it turns on, then it connects to the TV or to my projector. And you put the glasses on, and you can see the difference. It's amazing. It's amazing technology, but they gave up on it.
Oh gosh,
It's
I wish
amazing.
I wonder if people were complaining like, oh, I'm getting sick or something. I don't know.
I don't think so. I just think they gave up on it. A lot of people probably didn't buy it. They say, you know what, I
Mm.
don't got the time for it or whatever. Like me also, I don't know, I'm not sure if you know, like I have a thing called Laserdisc Tuesdays. I look at Laserdisc movie. You know what a Laserdisc movie is?
Uh, I I think I can think, or I can guess, but I
It's
think
like
you're.
it was right before DVDs. It was like a big disc, laser disc or whatever like
Okay.
that. And the sound quality is amazing. And it was before DVDs came and took over the market. And it was like you take out VHS. You know what VHS is, right? You know
Oh
what
yeah,
cassette? Okay.
all those
So
tapes,
this
all
is
those
before
Disney
that.
tapes.
Yes, Laserdisc was actually like some more of a advanced, expensive technology that failed, and DVDs took over. So when you get like a Laserdisc movie, it's like it look like a record, but it's like a disc, and it's amazing. It's good. So I still look at Laserdisc. I look at 3D movies. I look at all that stuff. I have Laserdisc Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, I watch a Laserdisc movie.
Is there a certain genre you watch, or just anything?
Different. I'm gonna watch the Elephant Man on Tuesday. You know that movie, The Elephant Man?
Is it about the man who had that disease?
Yes, that Michael Jackson bought his bones. Yes, it's a black
Yes.
and white. I found it in a while. I found it for $2, and I'm gonna watch it. So later, yeah. So I always have later. I watch different ones. I watched, I think, The Fifth Element last week. Favorite movie. I love The Fifth Element. I watch different movies of this. So yeah, I have different days that I do certain things.
Okay, I have seen you post on Instagram about that, the
Yes,
Laserdisc movie. Yes,
yes, I
that is
do.
cool.
I do. I love Laserdisc. Laserdisc Tuesdays is what I live for. I love Laserdisc Tuesdays.
You
Yeah.
know, I joke with people that Tuesday feels like a pointless day of the week, so I think that you're reviving it.
Yes, yes. For me, I revive it because I look forward for my Laserdisc Tuesdays, and people actually, when I do post things, they say, "Oh, that's a classic movie. That's a good movie. That's a dope movie," and stuff like that. Like, if you look at Ghost, Ghost is a classic love movie, on there or whatever like that. Willow, you know about the movie Willow? Yeah,
Mm.
you're showing your age, but I'm not. We're gonna move on. We're
Oh
gonna
no,
move
no, tell me about it. I've heard of it, but I
Willow,
haven't.
Willow is a very good movie from back in the days. It was back in the day. When I was younger, I remember watching this movie in a movie theater as a class trip. So Willow, like I said, you're 33 years old. I'm 43. I'm about to be 44, God willing, in a couple of weeks. So, we got
Oh,
a
happy
decade gap.
birthday!
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, but Willow's a good movie. He's a movie you should like look at and say, oh, that's a good movie. That's a classic.
Okay, you're gonna laugh at me. People joke with me that I've seen only 12 movies. I've seen more than 12 movies, but I
What's your
haven't
favorite
seen a lot
movie?
of. Okay, don't laugh at me. It's So I Married an Axe Murderer with Mike Myers.
I love Mike Myers movie. I never seen that. I never
It's
seen it.
it takes place in San Francisco, and he thinks his fiance
It's
is.
a comedy.
Yes. Oh, it's
Okay. So you
hilarious.
like comedies?
I like comedies, and not to get philosophical too much, but I'm a very easily stressed and anxious person, and I worry a lot. Like what's going on in the world, what can I do to make the world a better place? And comedies just kind of help center me and like,
Yes.
okay, there's comedy out there. Life can be funny. I don't have to take things so seriously.
Yes, I'm the same way. I love to laugh. I love comedy. Um, I do like dark humor, which sometimes it's not good to have for dark humor, but I do love comedy. I love the Dave Chappelle comedies. I love a lot of comedy. That's like dark humor. Sometimes you have dark humor, and you're like, wow, he just said that. So, but I love comedy as well. Absolutely. So,
I
yeah.
love dark comedy
I
too.
gotta watch that movie. So I think I married an axe murderer. That's what it say.
So I married an axe murderer.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
It's really funny. It's from the 90s and I grew up watching it. It's just goofy, like you just want an afternoon where you don't want to take anything seriously, just want to chill out, have a
Yeah.
few laughs. And
Yeah.
you might enjoy it because of the different throwbacks. Phil Hartman. You remember Phil Hartman?
Yes, I love him. That's one of my favorite actors. It's sad that he died at such a young age.
He's in that movie.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I love this show, News Radio. Remember News Radio?
No, I've never seen that.
Yeah, let me stop because I'm
No,
going
no.
on my age. Next question, please.
I've seen Casablanca, and that's before both of our ages. And I've seen 12 Angry Men, and that's way before our ages. So it's
Well, 12 Angry Men is a thing that you had to see in a book you had to read in high school or college and stuff like that. But the movie, they let you see the movie and stuff like that. But News Radio, like I said, that's some real 90s stuff. And, I'm blowing my age up. So let's move on.
no, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
okay, so with content creation, it's a lot of fun, but there can also be challenges. So
Yes.
as you have been on this journey since January 2022, what are some challenges you have faced?
Finding people to to do the show with me, finding content, this facts, this Amillieo facts, making sure I know what I'm talking about. I don't want to mislead people or give people wrong information. So if I give out the wrong information, Nick and Bond will correct me in the notes or something like that or whatever like that. Yeah, and then this make it before I was doing it every week. I had to do it every other week because it was kind of becoming stressful because I want to make sure I keep putting stuff out there. So. But yeah, and then when I do a video, like I just did a video with my brother last night, and I usually take a shot and we talk about the game, loosen stuff up, but he came to me booted. He was kind of a little bit twisted already, so I don't think the content is going to be available. I'll be able to use it. I have to watch it because I still didn't watch it because it might have been a disaster. I'm not too sure. I don't know what he was talking about. It was like a Halloween episode. We talking about Freddy versus Jason, and the funny thing is, I sacrificed in doing this episode because I have a thing where I'm afraid of Freddy Krueger. I don't like looking at his movie. I love him, the character, but when I look at it, every time I go to sleep, I pay the price. I be sleeping. I'm like it bothers me. I can look at any other genre, any other Pinhead to Hellraiser, all that stuff, but Freddy Krueger, it does it to me. So. I did an episode with my brother yesterday, and I don't think I could use the content. I don't want him to look crazy on there because I'm asking him a question, and I don't know what he's saying, and I don't know. So that's going to be challenging. But the challenging part is to look at what I created, to look at the funny parts I could use, and what to put this here and when to put this, when we talk about, like, if I talk about a video game and you see the screen split and stuff like that, we have to know to put that content there, like the gameplay and stuff like that.
Yes. It's that's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. Shout out to Nick and Bond for putting up with my stuff because I give them specific. I tell him stuff like I need like specific things that he need to like I say, look, listen, at 4:10. Put this here. At 10 minutes into the thing, put this here, and whatever like that. But for the most part, amazing job. Me and him we're on the same wavelength.
I agree with you about the stressful part because I feel, and you might be able to relate to this, if you're creative and you have all these ideas and you're just like, I just want to get them done. I want to put them out there. I want them to be in the world. But do you ever do this where you get really excited about something and you have all these ideas and then real life starts throwing blows your way and you get really tired and really stressed?
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. But like I said, that's why I feel like the Walter from the first floor, the RPG episode, I think that should have been like one of the greatest episodes because what we did and how we did it. Because all the characters like the Diddy Von Q, Crystal came out and they characters helped me defeat him because his ego was getting trying to overshadow my ego. And I'm doing jabs at him and I'm attacking him. He's taking points off and he's attacking me and stuff like that. So yeah. It can be, and it's disappointing because I think it should have even did way better than what it is at. I think it's at like almost 300 views right now, whatever like that. But I know if the right people view it, and I get it out to the right people, that it will spread out, and people are like, oh man, this is good content, So that's what I'm just trying to focus on now. But yeah, it is very challenging when doing that stuff and putting editing this stuff. Absolutely.
And you bring up a really good point, Amilio, because sometimes you'll focus on this one episode and you're like, this is it. This is my magnum opus. This is the best thing I've ever done.
Yes.
And another video will get more views or likes than that one. It's weird.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's what happened. Like I said with me, with certain videos, I'm like, oh, this is like the Batman video. I did a Batman video with Smitty, my friend Smitty. And I thought that was a really good video. But it didn't do as well as I thought. It didn't do it. All one my nephew. I thought that because he's young, he's into gaming, it would have, he would have shared it, would have got more views. But it didn't really do that well. It's still, lingering at 250, 230, whatever like that. But Uncle Jimbo's almost up to 300, and that was just, I was like, oh man, when I asked him about what's his favorite video game, he said Trouble. I was like, Trouble? What you talking about? Trouble's not a video game.
Like the board game?
Yes, the board game. He said Trouble. I said Trouble. I was like, oh man. So yeah, so like I said, those like I said, it's very challenging. Some things you think is like like I knew that Star Trek episode was going to just break records, but it didn't. So I mean, it did well, but it wasn't like the top. It didn't just break all records. I just knew that it was going to be the best, but it's still one of my favorite top 5 episodes that I love. But it didn't break what I thought it.
I think the most important thing is that you have to love what you're doing. You have to ask yourself, why am I doing this?
Yes, I love collecting. I love getting a good deal. I love the fact that I could get a Laserdisc player and pay $20 for it, which back in the days this thing was worth $400, and it was hard to get. And I love watching my Laserdisc movies. I love collecting, man. I love getting stuff at a good deal. I'm a sucker for a good deal too, as well.
Who doesn't? Oh my gosh, I get excited. I'll tell my friends, oh, I got this shirt for $5.
Yes. Yeah, I love a good deal. Some people are not like that. I'm like that. And real quick, and the funny thing is, I just bought this. I got like 3 Sega Nomad. This is the newest one to my edition, right? But this is a modded one where the screen is modded and they have a built-in battery in the back now. So I can play this for like 8 hours and it won't die. This system is known for dying very quickly. So I was happy to get this. My friend that shout out to Flashback Gaming, he gave me a good deal on this, and I'm loving to put in my collection. So this right here, like I said, I collect every weekend. If I get a good deal, it's all good. If not, it's not a big deal. But this right here, I'm happy to put in my collection.
You just unlocked a memory for me, because my mom had I think it was a Canon camera where you'd have to do you know what I'm talking about? It was a black camera and it kind of looked like that Nomad, and she'd have to take the film to go get developed at the drugstore.
Yes.
Do you know she never
sound like we're old? Yeah, you sound like we're old. Like, yeah, I'll let you get a pass of that.
She never got my communion pictures developed from like 26 years ago.
Yeah.
But I don't know if
we had a rough back then. We had to actually take pictures and wait to see how the pictures came out. We didn't know how they looked instantly. You couldn't say, let me see how that picture look on your phone. Everything was like, okay, hopefully it came out good. Hopefully you ain't had your eyes closed when you took the picture. So yeah, that's how it was. Hard times.
Not too bad. Sometimes there are aspects of it I miss. There are.
Yes.
For sure.
Well, you was young, so you don't miss it.
It was a good time watching my Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network.
Got it.
Good times.
Got it.
So what would you say would be your piece of advice for people listening who are inspired by you or who are also thinking, I'd really like to either podcast or make a YouTube channel. I have all these ideas. What would you tell them?
Go for it, man. If you love it, do it. If you want to start collecting, collect, don't start big. Start what you can collect or what you can get a good price for. Go for what's not expensive right now, because if you go for like NES right now, it's ridiculous. Or you go for certain things like the TurboGrafx 16, don't even waste your time going starting there. Starting with newer systems, like the Wii U maybe. That's pretty old as well. Or the Xbox 360. Those games are still cheap if you want to go to that. If you want to do a YouTube channel, if you love, just talking about topics or politics or whatever like that, go for it, man. That's it. Put the stuff out there, keep going, keep striving, share your content. If people see your passion for it and you make sense and they could relate to you, they'll tune in, and just keep going.
Yeah,
I love doing it. Love doing it. It's fun to me. I'm very humble with my 100 people view it within the 24 hours off the rip, and I enjoy that. And the more people view and stuff like that. So I enjoy that. I know that it could grow and spread and be one of the biggest channels there is. I just gotta, put the work in and continue to, to create content. And I got a good team. That's why I always give a shout out to Diddy Von Cube. I give a shout out to Nika Bond and Miss Magic. I think we have a good channel. I appreciate you for even reaching out to me and, wanting to, just interview me. You continue to do what you're doing and your channel will grow as well. And people will, appreciate you and the content that you're bringing. That's what's up.
I appreciate it. I think it's really important to have something that you look forward to, right? It's really easy to get lost in the everyday monotony of life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really easy to let stress consume you. It's really easy to think, oh, I have to go to work and then I have to do these chores and I have to, oh gosh, there's an election coming up. I have to vote. Oh, I have to deal with family stuff or friend stuff. But if you have something, I think everybody can be creative. Everybody can have a passion. Everybody has the ability to share something. And I'm so happy we have these avenues like YouTube to do that.
So the more that you work on your craft, the better the content will be. The more you'll master it, the more you'll learn from your mistakes and be better. And I look at my episodes from the first episode I did with the Optimus Prime to the last episode I did with my special guest Biz, and I see the growth in it. I'm proud of it, and I say, wow, this is good stuff. I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of everybody that participated. I'm just happy about it. It's a good thing.
Now, you mentioned that you used to rap. Do you have any other hobbies besides collecting and playing video games and, of course, making your YouTube channel that you'd like to talk about?
I'm a good debater. So
awesome.
One day, maybe I will go into law school when I retire from where I'm at now, whatever. I may go into law school and, be able to challenge certain laws and stuff like that. But, yeah, my hobbies when I was younger, I played basketball. Like I said, I love collecting. I love, games. Yeah, and like when I was younger, yes, we used to rap. And, like I said, I love the song that is out there. A lot of people, some people have jokes about it. I think the song is timeless. It's awesome, Knocked Out is a good song, man. Killer. I love the Killer song, too. I love that song, so.
I love it with cold blood.
Yeah, Killer. I love it. It's awesome. So,
and you can tell you're having fun with everything you're doing. You can tell whenever someone's doing something because their heart is in it.
Except for this last episode of my brother, because you see in my face, I was in torment. I was crying like, oh, what is he doing? And the cameras is rolling, and I'm like, I don't understand what's going on right now. So I have to view it. Hopefully we could put the content out. But I will be dropping something this Tuesday with my friend Chase Man Baker. He's he played professional basketball overseas in Australia. He came back. He's very known in the rapping community and stuff like that. So I'm glad to have him on my show. It's gonna be a good show.
That's incredible. Wow. Well, where can people find you?
Well, I'm on Retro Amillieo, retroamillieo.com, the YouTube, The Dungeon with Amillieo. I don't know. What's my Facebook? I don't even know my Facebook. Yeah, but I'm at Retro Amillieo. If you was to put it in like the domain or whatever like that, Retro Amillieo, RETOAMILLIEO um .com. Like I said, that's pretty much it. So I'm still trying to like find my way and find more content and stuff like that, but that's pretty much it.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for making time on this Sunday evening. I enjoyed getting to meet you, and I
Yes.
enjoyed getting to learn more about your channel. And just, I love hearing what makes people excited to get up in the morning.
Yes, and I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Like I said, continue to grow and do what you got to do. It's an amazing platform. I appreciate you allowing me to express myself, my love for my game collecting, and my on the low hoardism. Because, like I said, people that collect are hoarders on the low a little bit because we have a lot of stuff, doubles and stuff. But it's like the first stage of hoardism.
That's okay. You know what? I always joke. It's like, okay, I can collect games and makeup, or I could do drugs, right?
Exactly. As you see, my wall is looking ridiculous. There's mad stuff on my wall. But my floors, you can walk all through my floors and everything like that. But my walls, everything is on the wall. It's ridiculous.
It looks, people who are just listening to the audio, I hope that you take some time to go pop into the YouTube portion of this interview and actually see Amilio's background. It's really cool.
Yes.
Well, everybody, thank you all so much for listening. You can find other 1v1 interviews at bossrush.net, and you can follow me, Celeste, on Twitter at FairyCrypt. But until next time, we'll talk to y'all later. Thanks again, Amilio.
Welcome. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.